I'm Tony Sklar with bnetTV. We are here at IBC 2012 in Amsterdam, and I am speaking with Vidego's Mr. Peter Ukhout. How are you today, sir?
I'm very fine, thank you very much.
Excellent, fantastic show. You're in a great pavilion. There's lots of action going on around here. For all the people out there in bnetTV land, tell me a little bit about Vidego and what you're doing here.
Vidego is a company, it's all about software. In the end, you'll find in traditional broadcast a lot of equipment, video mixers, audio mixers, video servers, everything that you normally would find we have recreated in software.
Okay. What makes you better than your competitors in the market space?
Because we're software. Now, because we're software, we can do a number of things that our competitors cannot do. For instance, look at vision mixing. Vision mixing, a very technical, difficult environment, key signals, fill signals, stuff like that, difficult to operate. In software, we have completely eliminated all those technical issues. So anybody familiar with Photoshop or any online editor can already use our products straight out of the box.
So you bring up a really good point. I mean, I know that surrounding a lot of the booths around here, not to mention the entire show, the Adobe Creative Suite is just something that is on every editor's desk and in every editor's system for the most part. So being having a software-driven platform and be able to utilize your switching equipment and the CS6 suite, whatever it is, makes things just so much easier and less equipment.
And it's not only about integrating with, for instance, the Adobe Creative Suite or with any other software. The whole idea is that the way you operate software is completely the same. So whether you work in Photoshop, whether you work in the Adobe Creative Suite, or whether you work on an Avid Station or on Final Cut Pro or anything, with us, you can apply that same workflow, that same idea of working and thinking in layers to our vision mixer, our audio mixer, everything else.
So give me a good use case if I'm a Final Cut Pro user and I'm doing some live switching and I want to be able to integrate the product.
Well, again, if you're a Final Cut Pro user, you are familiar with the fact that when you want to have a DVE effect, when you do your post-production, you create your asset and you place that on top of your main video layer. That's the same way you can use our video mixer. It's 100% real time, so it's not laying it back into a disk like in Final Cut or something like that. But the fact that this person has this knowledge will probably not out of the box be able to operate an ordinary video mixer. With us, he or she will immediately find its way and work. And this is also an important part of what we're trying to do at Vidego. Enable the creation of live television, with the emphasis on live television, or live on tape for that matter, is that it's easy to use and that you do not necessarily have to be this technically trained person. Two very important reasons for this. A lot of companies are looking to reduce staff. Sounds nasty, but it's true.
It's true.
So one of the things that happens if you reduce your staff and you still want to maintain the same type of programs and the same type of quality, is that in the end, there's one person that's left that has to do everything for you, is not going to be your typical engineer. They come from a different world, and they come from the world like Adobe, like Final Cut. That's where those more creative technical people come from. And because they have this baggage as their knowledge, they can immediately start working with our equipment.
So I really appreciate that use case of the idea that if you're I don't care what business that you're in, you're looking to lower that operating expenditure on a regular basis, which means that heads have to be cut. And generally the older engineers who are getting paid top dollar have tunnel vision because they only deal with one product. So the younger folk entering the business who grew up using Final Cut and the Adobe Creative Suite, which they can bounce back and forth, they can go pick up a camera, they can go out and shoot whatever, and they can come back into the studio. They're going to be used to using on-screen equipment.
Absolutely. Even that's why our user interfaces are all touchscreen interfaces.
Okay, so let's actually show me what we're looking at here.
Well, building up DVEs and stuff is just like using a touchscreen. It's so easy to play around. It's just like playing on your iPhone or your iPad.
Do that one again.
Shall I do this one again?
Okay.
So it is very intuitive for those people to use. It comes close to the way they work with their phone, the way they work with their other software online. So this has a very low learning curve. And as I said, in the end, the most important thing for the companies who choose our products is that when they want to lower their staff count, they do not want to lower the quality of their output.
Absolutely, good point.
So for us, maintaining a very high quality that goes for the image and for the stability of the whole system, but at the same time providing a very easy to use environment allows them to really have one person taking over the roles of these highly skilled and highly paid engineers in the end.
So briefly also tell me a little bit about bringing other assets into the mix, whether it be social media or actually pushing assets out into that realm, whether it's to a phone or a tablet.
Okay, well, what we see is not only in our daily lives but also on television, there is a massive growth in the use of social media, Skype even, type of video connections. Exactly. The problem is that everything within the broadcast environment could be associated with graphics. And when you talk about graphics, then the traditional graphic systems that are around are all proprietary systems, and they're great for sports, elections and all those type of things, or for maybe bringing up a simple lower third. What we have done is we've created something we call Vidego graphics. In a sense, from quality point of view, we're just like all the others. The only thing is, at the front, where the content is being created, we have adopted all the open internet standards that are available. Okay. Talking about HTML, HTML5, even Adobe Flash and Adobe Air content can just load it natively into that, and we translate it into a high quality, well interlaced video signal.
Peter, what are we going to see from Vidego here in the future?
I think the future actually is going to be connecting all the different software dots even more together. Automation is key. Automation is key, again, to do the same high quality stuff with less people. Automation is what has changed the world in radio. Automation is what has changed the world in telecommunications. Automation is now going to change the world of broadcast, and we hope to be very much involved in that.
Well, I think that you've even helped radio make a comeback to TV.
Thank you.
Very well. Thank you, Peter. I've been speaking with Peter Ukhout. Did I get that right? Did I get that? One more time. Don't go away. Come back in here. I've been speaking with Peter Ukhout from Vidego here at IBC in Amsterdam 2012. I am Tony Sklar with bnetTV.